Hey guys, Nathan here, and today we're going to do a little bit of a review of some STPs. So these two STPs are special because one, they are both super cheap, and two, I also got them from FTM Essentials, so I got a discount code that you can use if you want to get these by the end of the video. So, if you want to get something through them, like these two packers that I'm going to show you, you can use the code Nathan10 and that will give you 10% off. So that's really nice. So I got one of these through them, but they have both of these on their site. I'm not paid to review this, they just sent them to me. So I'm going to give an honest review of what I think of these two. And yeah, so stay tuned and I will give you all of the deets. So about a month before I got the packer that I got from FTM Essentials, I got the one that's kind of similar to it, like the lower, the cheaper one from someone else. And so I wanted to get the one that's the step up to compare them and see which one I think is actually better. So they're not that different in price. It's about twice as much, but considering how cheap the low one is, like, that's still really good for an STP. So the first one I got was this one. So this is the Packer Gear STP, and it is very hard. You can tell it's cheap. It's very tough. It's got quite a ridiculous amount of veins on it. So that's that one. A couple of weeks later I got the other one. So this one is also by the same peoples. It's an annoying name. It is the Packer Gear Ultra Soft Silicon STP. So it kind of looks like the SAM STP if you've seen that before, and it feels so much better than that other one. It feels like really nice for silicone. I don't know, like I've got a few packers by now and this silicone actually feels really nice. So it's quite squishy in comparison to the other one. You can see how squishy it is. And this part here is a bit harder, which is actually a really good thing. So the head on this one is a bit short and flat and weird, but so that's that one. So I've got a couple points that I'm going to go through. First off, we have the texture, which I just said. Durability. So this one will be, it feels like it'll hold up to a lot. Like, it's really tough. So that could be a good thing and a bad thing. I feel like it might be less likely to collapse on you while you use it, because some shafts, they're quite easy to squash, which might mean you might accidentally block your flow. Or squash it with your legs. This one's quite hard, so I feel like that's not as much of an issue with this one. Versus this one, it's a bit squishier, but that's also can be a benefit. So depending on you, that can change. This one, they're actually full, because this is like 15 USD, and this for 15 USD, that's a lot more than what I would have expected, to be honest. Maybe a bit of an overkill, but still. And this one doesn't have, neither of them have like paint or anything. It's just a couple of veins, and it's another thing with realism. So you got the skin tones as well. This one comes with only 2 skin tones. This is vanilla, and this has 4, I think. And this is the tan, so this is a good medium. I feel like this is a good skin tone for me. It's a bit, so I feel like vanilla on all of them, I feel like they would always be too light for basically anyone. Like, I'm pasty as hell and it's still way too pasty for me. So in terms of packing, so I got this one first, so I was trying this out first to see what I could do. It doesn't really work to fold. You can't really fold it, so you kind of have to put it kind of up and like on you. So this is your body and you're like putting it like sideways up. Or you could I'm not sure of any other way, but that's the way that I found that was the best. For this one, you can very easily fold it. It's like, whenever people do this where it's like, oh, it looks like it's up but it's down, it's like, it is actually really easy to squash. Like, you can either do that or you can do what you did before and put it up. But I tend to squash it down. One thing I would say though is briefs are definitely better for something like this because you might lose it. So with this one in particular, since you can't like fold this up, you can put this one in a harness because you can fold it. So I've got this like really cheap one. You can get it on FTM Essentials as well. So I just chuck it through that like that, just the bottom hole just for support a little bit, and then I just fold it and it keeps it so it doesn't come out my leg. So that's that to keep in mind. I've never had an incident like that, but I've heard a few horror stories of people that have had that happen, so trying to avoid that. This one is also a bit heavier than the other one because of that harder part at the back, so that gives it a little bit more weight. I have packed with a free tom, so I know what a heavy packer is like, and this, like, wearing these is really weird to me because these are so light in comparison. Yeah, but I feel like the weight is actually really good for this, like a little bit of weight. When there's like basically no weight, you don't know where it is, you don't know what it's doing, like it's a bit hard to tell what's going on. So now onto the actual peeing. So I was trying out this one first, and you need to be, it's a bit, I wasn't as successful with this one. I had to put it in a specific way. There's like, with both of these there are 0 backflow issues, so that is really good. But for this one, it doesn't work for me to position it that great, and then also the hole, I know I always want like a big hole on an STP, but this is a little bit too big because it'll kind of spray a bit and like be a bit too thick and kind of go everywhere. It's not as predictable of a stream as this one. This one's got a smaller hole, but it's still got quite a wide, there's a hair in there, got quite a wide hole here, so that kind of makes up for it, and you also don't have to hold back at all with this one. You can create quite a good seal with it and it will go, but there is that to keep in mind. It might not be able to position it as well. It's a bit of a funky thing going on here. This one, however, you can kind of, it's much more shaped to fit, and then also you can like push up on the back and it creates a good seal at the back. So that's why I like this one better, because you can like push it there and hold it and know that it's not going to leak. So that's why I like this one. And then of course the big thing about these two STPs in particular versus any other STP is the price. So this one is 15 USD, so that is really cheap for an STP, and then this one is 30, 33, something like that. Even then, this is still one of the cheapest STPs out there, like compared to like a Mr. Venus or like a Shiwi type thing. Yeah, like to have something that actually looks kind of, at least kind of like a Wang, and work as an STP and work as a packer this cheap is quite good. So which one do I like better? Honestly, for like, I've had a few other STPs and this one actually is quite good. I probably prefer it in some ways. I feel like it would be good to camp or hike with because it's so light and durable, and like it's easy to pee with, you don't have to hold back. So this is still a good STP, but I prefer this one. It is quite, you can have it in more than one position. You can only have this kind of up, and then you can fold this one, so that's nice. Much better texture, much squishier, a little bit of weight so you know where it is and you don't lose it down your leg. You can put it into a harness a little bit, kind of. You can make a good seal and it kind of goes to your body and you kind of press it up and it's good. Kind of press it up and it's good, and it's kind of creates a nice seal. The hole isn't too big, but it's not too small. It kind of all flows out. You might have to like push it up a little bit to get the last bit out, but you do that with every STP, to be honest. Don't have to hold back. Like, this is so good for the price. So if you can just, it's $30, like, compared, like, sure you could go with this one, but I think this one is the better option, to be honest. So if you're looking for an STP, I would really suggest going for this. Like, I feel like this is my preferred STP out of anything that I've tried, really. And it's very cheap. And if this broke, like, if there was like a spot that was, it doesn't feel like it would break. There's no kind of spots that are too thin that I can really tell. But if it broke, it would be so easy to replace compared to like a Freetom or a Peacock or an Emersil one. Like, this is so cheap and so easy to use, and like, it's exactly what I need, to be honest. So I'm very happy that I got this one. This one was good to try out as well, so don't forget this one also exists if you're really crunch for money. So there is also this one. So that's all I have for you today. I hope I helped you make a decision on what packer to get. These are incredibly good for how cheap they are. So if you are interested in buying them, you can go over to FTM Essentials and you will have a discount code that you can use, Nathan10, so don't forget about that. Otherwise, if you found this helpful, leave a like, comment, anything else you want me to review or anything you want me to touch on, really, in any kind of area. I do trans videos, and sometimes I want to do some films, but I haven't really got any ideas at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, yeah, subscribe if you're interested in any of that, and I will see you later.